Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we like to begin by giving all glory, all honor, and all praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Ruach HaKodesh, Barakatum, giving double honors, double unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who surely do rule well, to the men standing by the highways and byways pushing this doctrine. We like to say Shalom. And even unto the sincere Aqua, the sisters who sit listening these lessons in silence, subjection, and obedience unto their husbands, we like to say Shalom. Hi there, brothers, here Maya Shala, coming to you again with another video. The topic or title for this one would be what? The vengeance or the revenging God, right? They Nahum 1. I'm gonna read this in I'll read this in the NIV. The prophecy, they Nahum 1 from verse 1. A prophecy concerning Nineveh, the book of the vision of Nahum the El Koshite. The heading here, the Lord's anger against Nineveh. Verse 2, the Lord is a jealous and avenging God. The Lord takes vengeance and is filled with wrath. The Lord takes vengeance on his foes and vents his wrath against his enemies. The Lord is slow to anger but great in power. The Lord will not leave the guilty unpunished. His ways in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. The Lord is a revenger. The book of 2 Thessalonians 2 and reading verses 1. So the book of 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 and reading verses 6. Salakia. Since it is just for power to repay with affliction those who afflict you. Verses reading that in the KJV, seeing it is a righteous thing with power to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. That is the Lord M.O. He's a recompenser. He pays back tribulation and he gives vengeance on those who deserve it. They Deuteronomy 32 and reading from verses 39, but I want to read this in the NIV. I like how I was reading the NIV. Deuteronomy 32 and 39 in the NIV. Right. See now that I myself am he, there is no God besides me. Deuteronomy 32, 39 reading in the NIV Bible. Right? I put to death and I bring to life. I have wounded and I will heal, and no one can deliver out of my hand. I lift my hand to heaven and solemnly swear, as surely as I live forever, when I sharpen my flashing sword and my hand grasps it in judgment, I will take vengeance on mine adversaries and will repay those who hate me. I will make my arrows drunk with blood, while my sword devours flesh, the blood of the slain and the captives, and the heads of the enemy leaders. Rejoice, you nations, with his people, for he will avenge the blood of his servants. He will take vengeance on his enemies and make atonement for his land and people. So what? The Lord is a revenger. That he old MO. That is how the Lord does operate. The Lord is a power of balance. So it is like 2 Samuel chapter 2 from verses 3, I believe. The Lord is a power of balance, or the Lord is a power of judgment, and by him actions are weighed. Yes. So the Lord in can see men or people in the earth today oppressing he elect too long without tripping to fuck off and rendering a recompense unto their heads. It says something here. He'll be what? He will take and he will take vengeance on his enemies and make atonement for his land and people, right? There is Joel chapter 2 reading verses 18. Then will Yahweh be jealous for his land and pity his people. So what? I read early up in this Joel 2. We see a lot of what our vengeance on these heathens and on these nations gonna entail. He's going to fuck them up utterly. Thus said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Now, who are these enemies? Well, Nehemiah 5 and 9. If we could read that real quick. Let's see here. Nehemiah chapter 5. So like if you just bear with me here. Nehemiah 5 and 9. Also I said it is not good that ye do, ought ye not to walk in the fear of our power, Yahweh, because of the reproach of the heathen, our enemies who we establish in here. You're gonna take vengeance, but on whom? Who are his enemies? Who are his foes? Who are his adversaries? Those are the heathen nations of the earth. What have they done to deserve the anger, wrath, and vengeance of the Lord? Well, the first of all, that is war. Let me get this real quick. I'm reading through my Bible here. That is I believe that is Isaiah. Let me get it here. Ooh. Let's see, Isaiah 13. Is it Isaiah 13? No. I think Isaiah. Let me see. Is Isaiah. Oh, I get it. I believe I have it here. No, it's bear with me. Right. In the book of Ezekiel chapter 36 and reading verses 5, right? Because who is the Lord gonna take vengeance on? Chiefly. This is Ezekiel 36:5. Therefore thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai power. Surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea. So okay. Because Idumea is Edom. It's a Greek way of saying Edom, which have appointed my land into their possession with the joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey. So we see what? He's going to be jealous for his land, and we see that there are people who have appointed his land into their possession. When did that happen, or how did that happen? That is, I believe, is 1948. The Balfour Declaration, where they make Israel a state, and thus what taking full possession of the land of Israel. And what? That land is the Lord land. We say what? The scriptures say what? His eyes is upon it yearly. So what? It are people who stolen his land, appointed it into their possession, and for that they must pay. But what else have they done to deserve the vengeance, anger, and wrath of the Lord? Well, what? They oppress the people. When you go, it's here, it says, it's, let me see. Right. Day Revelation 18, I'm reading from verses 24. And also our next one here is the book of Jeremiah 50. Jeremiah 50 and verses, let's see here. Verses, I'll read from verses, is it 28? I like that word vengeance there. I could read from verses 28 and jump down. The Revelation 18 and from verses 24. And in her, who's this her? Babylon, Nineveh, Assyria, Egypt. We didn't think about Egypt. Revelation 11, he plays spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, but known today as what? America. In her, in America, was found the blood of prophets and of saints and of all that was slain upon the earth. Who's these prophets? Who's these saints? Well, these people is the children of the nation of Israel. And inside that land is filled up with their blood. So what? The Lord have to pay back that blood. The land cannot be cleansed except it be cleansed by the blood of him that defileth it. That is in the law. The Lord is going to fulfill that law. In Jeremiah 50 and 23. So Okay, 33 is the point I'm gonna get to, but reading verses 28 first. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon to declare in Zion the vengeance of Yahweh our power, the vengeance of his temple. Let me see. Call together the archers against Babylon, only that bend the bow, camp against it round about, that none they have escaped. What all it speaking about what these nations, the bend the bow, what them arrows represent. Well, them arrows represent the same arrows in 2nd Ezra chapter 16, what the nuclear missiles. Recompense her, right, revenge her, repay her, recompense her according to her work, to all that she had done, do unto her, for she had been proud against Yahweh, against the Holy One of Israel. And what else has she done? Well, when you read verses 33, Jeremiah 50 and 33, the said Yahweh Shem Yosha host, the children of Israel and children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them and all that took them captives held them fast, meaning what? Fast meaning securely. They refused to let them go. So what? What is the sin that the Lord have to revenge or pay back on the head of Esau and Edom? Well, beginning with them chiefly as well, because when you read Psalms, the 83rd chapter, and you reach down to the fifth verse, it speaks about the coalition of nations that went against the nation of Israel, and in these last days do rule over us and oppress us. And it begins with the nation of Esau and Edom. Well, what the Lord gonna do? He's gonna fuck up the chief city, the capital land in this whole world that they have built. And what? Let's now it have this precept here I wanted to go to. In the book of Ezekiel, let me see here, chapter 28, and reading verses. Let's see here. Let's see. Is that way? So okay, let's see here. Our precept is right. Let's see. So let's see. Okay, I think it had something Ezekiel 28, but I can't remember what it is I was looking for, but they Amos 1 and 11. Thus saith Yahweh Shem Yoshai, for 3 transgressions of Edom, who's Edom, the nation, who came forth from Esau being the progenitor of Edom. And for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof. Where's the transgressions? Because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. So the Lord decided he's gonna do. I will send a fire upon Timon, which shall devour the palaces of Bozrah. So we see in what? The Lord fully aware. So you know aware. Use that word. The Lord fully ready to recompense speedily upon Esau and Edom their actions when the cup is filled, and the devil coming down upon his own brothers with what? With great wrath. Revelation 12:12. The Lord gonna get ready to fuck him up. He gonna get ready to pay back Esau for everything that they have done. It is when he's about to fill his belly. So the Lord gonna take vengeance of Esau. Let me see. Let me see if I can get this one here. By the hand of my people. Let me see. Right. Ezekiel. Oh, I was knowing Ezekiel 28. Ezekiel 25, I believe I was looking for here. Let me see if I have it highlights. So, Ezekiel 25. Let me see. Okay. Right, Ezekiel 25 and reading from verses 11. And I will execute judgments upon Moab, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. Thus said Yahweh Ba'ashem Yeshai power, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and had greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them, greatly offended who? The Lord. Because what we say, he that toucheth thee toucheth the apple of mine eye. And then our next one, toucheth thee toucheth the apple of mine eye, and then more. Right. Let me see. I think it's greatly offend. Let me get a piece of greatly offend. Let me see. All that touch thee greatly offend. Let me see. All that touch thee. Alright, I can't get the precept right now, but let's go somewhere along the lines of all that touch thee greatly offend. So yeah. I can't find it right now. So like Ezekiel 25 and reading verses 13. Therefore thus saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yeshai, I also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Timon, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance. Remember Nahum 1, Deuteronomy 32. The Lord is a God of vengeance. And it's one more precept as well. There, let me see. That Luke 18, man. Right, Luke 18 and from verses 7. I'll read this after and we close. Ezekiel 25 and verse 14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So what Edom gonna know? For what they have done unto us, we shall do unto them double, triple, 7 times what it is they have done unto us. It is Jeremiah 16, I'll send for fishers, and then afterward will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from the holes of the rocks and dens of the caves, blah, blah, blah. So by the hand of his own nation, where the Lord say, thou art my battle axe and my weapons of war, by the hand of his own nation is he gonna also pay back and revenge Esau and Edom for the things that they did to very said nation. They last precept here, Luke 18 and 7, and shall not power avenge his own elect, which cry day and night unto him. Why? Set a mark upon them that sigh and cry for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Right? And we do cry day and night because this devil don't let up. And he shall think to change times and laws, and shall seek to weigh out the saints of the Most High, and it shall be given into his hand. Esau Edom has worn out the saints of the Most High God Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and must pay day and night unto him, though he be along with them. I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on earth. So what? It is sure, it is promised, and it is acknowledged that the God of vengeance, of wrath, and the revenger God, Yahweh, shall avenge, and bring wrath, recompense, repayment unto the nation of Esau and Edom for all that they have done unto us. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edified and that you were edified. In closing, like I say, Kal Halal Yamla Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rochai Kadash, Ba'akatam. If double honors double unto the apostles and others of greatness, so will surely do good well. To the men stand by the highways and byways pushing this doctrine, we like to say Shalom. And if men be sincere, accord the sisters who sit listening these lessons in silence, subjection and obedience unto their husbands, we like to say Shalom. This was your brothers, Mayasha Allah. This was your brothers, Mayasha Allah. Until next time, we like to say Shalom.